What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting one of the semifinal games from the Balt Cup. We're going to have on the Radiant team Team Chibi USAs. I don't know why it's multiple USAs. It should be just USA, right? Like down here, but that's going to be them. And on the Radiant team, we have Team Cream once again after their victory in the quarterfinals. This is the semis, and then we're going to cast finals if you're in the Twitch stream. So that is what is on the docket. First pick from the Radiant team is going to be the Visage, making sure to pick up that pretty dominant support hero as early on as possible. And Cream going to go with what works, and if it's not broken, then you don't need to fix it. They're going to go for the Weaver. Sprite played a pretty sick Weaver last game. Took a little bit to really get him going, but in the end, he was delivering pain in spades. They're also going to go for the Nyx Assassin in this particular game. So it will probably be played as the support role, or as one of the support roles, rather. Let's take a look at the bans real quick. Batrider Wisp, that's like as normal can be. That's like been the go-to bans for months now. Months on months. Abaddon and OD, though. I mean, OD is a pretty dangerous hero just because he's so hard to shut down in the mid lane. Abaddon, with his relatively broken ability to remove debuffs off of his friendlies, makes him for quite the defensive support, and he's nigh unkillable as well. So two heroes that are just really difficult to deal with just in their mechanics alone, and you understand why Team Chibi is going to ban out those heroes. Second pick for the Radiant team going to be the Darkseer, so they are going to solidify their hard lane as well as their support lineup, and then start targeting supports of the Dire team. Keeper of the Light being the first one, so maybe the Radiant team is planning for some pretty aggressive pushing. And they already had the Visage. Darkseer, it's okay at creep cutting, not necessarily the best. The AoE on the Radiant team is pretty low, and Keeper of the Light, I don't know, Keeper of the Light's not really that much of a threatening hero anymore. I mean, yeah, he could ping you down from a long distance away, but really, I don't know. Kind of fallen off just a little bit. I mean, his Illuminate still hurts. It hurts a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you get hit by that, you're going to be very, very upset. But is he really that dangerous? I don't know. But regardless, it doesn't matter because we're not going to be seeing him this game anyway. So we can't really test out that theory, can we? Let's see what the Dire team actually want to pick up right now. They do need their mid lane hero. Last time it was Kunkka. We also know that the Dire team have a player, Royal Crowns, who is pretty damn good at puck, so that could be something that they would want to be doing as well. Team Chibi, I have not seen them play, so I do not know what kind of heroes, what kind of style they have, but if the Dire team do the same thing as last game, they're going to be super defensive, which will be infuriating, although they don't have the Abaddon available to them. Naga Siren's going to be the ban out, which, I mean, I think the Naga Siren's a lot more influential just in all stages of the game than the Keeper of the Light. Just because Naga does have that disengage, as well as the early game disable, which Keeper of the Light doesn't really have. I mean, he only has the nuke. And he has some global map mobility, but it's hard to really quantify that. Anti-Mage going to be the final ban out for the second ban phase from Team Chibi. We'll see what the final ban out is going to be from the opposing side, Cream, as well.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know if I really like this 2 picks into 2 more bans kind of thing. I do like the old style a little bit better. And I guess this way you get a little bit more flexibility and more counterplay.
Dire team pick.
But I don't like it. Alchemist is going to be the final ban out for Team Cream, so both of the 2 really dominant hard carries not going to be seeing the light of day, at least for now. With Nyx Assassin Weaver, they do have a couple of bugs right there. I don't think they're going to be going for any more, unfortunately, but they'll have a lot of invisibility, which is at the very least going to force the enemy side to start picking up some True Sight, which they should have, ideally, just because True Sight is good for killing wards, but if that wasn't in the docket, then it certainly is now. Rubik is going to be the support. Another hero that I think is a little bit more influential, or has the potential to be a little bit more influential than the Keeper of the Light. But, to each your own. Rubik and Nyx Assassin. a classic support duo. A lot of lockdown in those lanes, and it's going to be responded instantly by a Bane pickup.
Team pick.
So Bane as well as Visage. These are the exact two support heroes that the Dire team had in the last game. And now they're going to have to be forced to fight up against them. They didn't... Oh no, that was the Dire team last game. Right. So they're playing... The Team Cream is playing up against the same exact two support heroes.
10 seconds.
That is happening right now, which should be pretty interesting. Let's see how Chibi is going to be playing it differently from the last game. Because last game the supports were rather passive. Should have been super aggressive with the Spear Breaker pickup. But I'm sure they will be a lot more aggressive because this is the semifinals, and you have to be aggressive with these types of heroes if you want to win, right? If you, maybe not with these types of heroes, but with those types of lanes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Mid lane or hard carry, what's it going to be? It's going to be the Lifestealer for the for Team Cream. So they will have the Lifestealer and its potential to go into either the Nyx Assassin or Weaver. May not be a Blinker anytime soon. Nyx Assassin might want to look for a Blink Dagger. Might want to look for a Blink Dagger eventually. But early on, just Vendetta, Lifestealer bombs, those could be incredibly devastating. Team Chibi going to respond with a Razor, so that's probably going to be their mid hero. A lot of damage deal, and Razor's a hero that's pretty difficult to keep down in lane, just because there aren't many mid heroes that are okay with Razor stealing their damage. There are very few. I guess you could go for like a lone druid or something like that, but like all the really classic ones, once you start getting your damage stolen from you, you're not going to be in for a good time, and yeah, Team Chibi, you're going to ban out the only one who could possibly do something about it in the Queen of Pain, who could just say, oh, you're draining my damage? Well, peace, I'm out of here, blink away, or scream and just kill Razor, because Razor's still pretty soft. Don't need right clicks when Razor's dead, right? But they will still need to get a mid hero. I guess Nyx Assassin could. It wouldn't be the worst, but Nyx Assassin is most of the time played as support. You'd have to have some really weird extenuating circumstances if you want to see a Nyx Assassin as a mid hero, and it is going to be the Puck. So once again, we're going to see the Puck, most likely played by Royal of Crowns. This time, probably in the mid lane. We'll probably face up against that Razor. In that lineup, you got to give it to the Razor, and then there you go. That's an interesting pickup. It might be a mid lane Clockwork actually. Razor in the safe lane carry, Darkseer off lane, or maybe we might see something aggressive. So Team Chibi definitely do have the advantage of being flexible. They could choose to go for a multitude of paths with their lineup right now, as far as how they're going to lane it. I mean, they could shift Clockwork, Darkseer, and the Razor pretty much at will, and then have the Bane Visage follow whoever they really need to. The enemy team, the Team Cream, is definitely a little bit more predictable in where they're going to be shipping their heroes. I mean, Lifestealer, Rubik, Nyx Assassin, they're probably going to go together, although there is a little bit of flexibility. They could have the Weaver go solo lane, or Lifestealer solo lane. The Puck most likely is going to be playing in that mid lane, and really that gives the advantage to the Radiant team, just because Team Chibi will be able to know that the Puck is in the mid lane and then play accordingly. So they could get the favorable, or as favorable of a matchup as they possibly can. Bastion, there you go. Alright, so we're in the game on Team Cream. We have I Am What I Am. That's what you write at the end of your SATs. On the Puck, probably going to head towards the mid lane. Sprite Remix is going to be playing the Weaver once again. Doug Wilson is going to be playing the Rubik with some pretty badass armor. We have Flash, the God of Brood War, on the Nyx Assassin, and Royal of Crowns heading towards the bottom lane as the Lifestealer. That's interesting. He's not going to have a fun time. I guarantee you that. Because on the other end, we have Razor being played by one. Tabo going to be playing the Bane Elemental, also supporting that bottom lane. Wow, that name is amazing. What do I call this guy? YOLO is going to be playing the Visage. Misha is going to be handling the mid lane Clockwork, and on the top lane we have Kunoichi going to be playing the Darkseer. So it is going to be an offlane Darkseer with a defensive tri-lane, just as I predicted. The Clockwork going to be in the mid lane versus the Puck. It's really going to be up to the Clockwork to make this lane work for himself, because the Puck does have the range advantage. Will be able to, or should be able to, dodge any cogs that the Clockwork wants to put in. But if the Clockwork really plays his positioning correctly, then he should be able to do decently. Bottom lane, I don't really feel good about the odds of Royal of Crowns. He's most likely just going to be forced to abandon ship and just jungle. Because the moment he lays eyes on this bottom lane, he's going to know that there's no way for him to survive, let alone get farm. Just because of the sick combo of Nightmare into the Static Link. I mean, the Static Link doesn't do damage, so the Nightmare will just keep them sleeping, and then they're sleeping and they're getting their damage drained, and all of a sudden you get attacked with like 200 damage per hit. It's not fun times, so looks like Royal of Crowns trying to decide what he wants to do with the invisibility rune on the Rubik. They could go for a first blood onto Misha. They'll need to bring him really close for the open wounds and Lifesteal, but Misha being aggressive. This is perfect timing. The cogs are going to go up and push two people back. Misha going to get hit by an orb and push a third person back. Royal Crowns now doesn't have enough mana for open wounds. Misha is going to walk on out of there. A little bit of a misplay from Team Cream. Misha, though, isn't... Fuck off, Blue's escaping. That's true. Misha is going to be forced to salve up, but a good attempt by the Dire. Unfortunately, cogs are pretty good. Cogs are really good, so that is going to let the Clockwork walk away and get rid of all of the Lifestealer's mana in the meantime. Sprite Remix on the top lane, going to go toe-to-toe with Kunoichi, so Sprite Remix has got to balance, harassing the Darkseer with getting CS of his own, although he will have some help now from Doug Wilson. They can't really get a kill on this Darkseer. The Surge is a little bit too much, and the Darkseer is a little bit too tanky. We will have action in the mid lane. We won't have action in the bottom lane, where one is going to be farming up. Pulls are going to be happening from Tabo, and YOLO is going to be wandering around and doing YOLO stuff. Impale on Kunoichi, he's going to barely hit on the end of it, but they don't have enough damage for this, especially when they layer their stuns such that the Darkseer will be able to surge and then straight run away. That was a super aggressive play from the Dire. Didn't pay off for them, but didn't really cost them too much. Flash will have another Impale shortly enough, and Doug Wilson does have his another telekinesis up right now. So, yeah, the lanes will continue as per normal. Jungling, Lifestealer is going to have a little bit of difficulty, actually. He doesn't have a Quelling Blade, which is going to make things very, very difficult for Royal of Crowns. He's going to get forced out, losing the jungle to Trolls. Definitely not optimal situation, but that's kind of okay just because mid lane is doing okay. Misha is doing a lot better, though. 63 base damage, and, well, Puck getting bullied just a little bit by this Visage, who does not know what allied chat is. We have some real BM going on here, guys. There's some real BM. Wow. This guy. I'll skin your kneecap. Well, I've never heard that one before. That is vicious. Wait, Royal of Crowns definitely does need a little bit of help in the jungle. He should get a Quelling Blade, I think. Unless he just wants to go straight for... I will mute him. It's a little bit too much all chat for me. That's not the right person. What am I doing? There we go. So yeah, Misha's actually doing a pretty good job in this mid lane. Puck having some difficulties in the right clicking in the beginning. Cogs also making things very difficult for him. Does he have his bottle flying out? He has his bottle on the courier. There it is, flying out. This will help him a little bit, but still the advantage has been taken early on by the Clockwork. He's well on his way to the level 6, and once he gets that, he can try to go for a kill on the Puck. He's going to have to catch the Puck awfully low to do that, though, just because he'll be able to orb phase and then jump right outside the cogs. Even if he gets pushed by the cogs, it's not a huge deal. However, Rocket Flare is being picked up from the Clockwork, so he's investing a lot into the spell, which is something that is very possible for I Am What I Am to actually dodge. If you went for the Battery Assault, then it's going to be a lot more unlikely that the Puck is going to be doing any sort of dodging, but still 3 CS on this Puck, whereas the Clockwork sitting at 19 for 10. Misha doing a fantastic job in this lane so far. Take a look at the side lane carries. We have Sprite Remix 18 for 2 versus the Razors 20 for 2. The Razors a little bit ahead, but really it's not too much of a big deal. Sprite is going to have to deal with the Darkseer, whereas the Razors going to go up against nobody. So kind of expected he's going to get a little bit more. Darkseer, level 3 actually from that laning phase, not doing too bad. Going to go for a little bit of jungling of his own. More income, more problems. More income, fewer problems, actually. Misha trying to zone out I Am What I Am as much as he can, but it's really just a bluff at this point. Clockwork has got to... He cannot beat a double damage Puck. I mean, you could beat a Puck for a little bit, but double damage, that's not going to happen. Especially until maybe the Clockwork gets level 6, but bottom lane, a little bit of initiation. Royal of Crowns going to get teleported into a real bad danger zone. All his damage is going to get drained out, and this push will continue. Not the best static link, but still, I mean, Royal Crowns is just here to try to draw aggro, but if he does, there's a nightmare waiting for him, and probably another static link, and that will be a dead Lifestealer. Lifestealer really can't do much in order to hold this out. I am what I am, slowly dropping lower and lower. Now Misha's probably going to be looking for an angled hookshot in. He will need his Rocket Flare to be up, however. That could be, will be a little bit difficult. In the meantime, the bottom lane tower does go down. Got to keep my eyes on this Clockwork, and hopefully the first blood won't be Kunoichi, who's dying to jungle creeps. That would just be unfortunate.
Incoming.
I am what I am, giving him a hug. Missing with the orb, however. Really going to set him back. So the way Chibi's lineup is set up is that they really have to make some pretty good timing pushes off of ganks, because their carry is isolated to this Razor. And Razor's carry that, I mean, he will have that damage swing, which is nice. But he is fairly vulnerable. He's going actually straight for a mechanism, so maybe fairly vulnerable is an incorrect thing to say. It's going to be up to this Clockwork to determine the pace of this game. He's going to go straight in for I am what I am. I am what I am is out of mana completely. This is awful for him. He's going to sit there and take right clicks. No phase shifts even. I am what I am. What happened, man? Just caught with just a little bit low of a mana pool. You guys trying to tell me to catch first blood. I did. I did. For sure. And we have first blood spilled by Team Chibi USA. The Clockwork so far dominating this puck, leading the gold per minute chart even more than his friendly carries. And Royal on Crown is getting forced back by Razor. Cannot get killed. Just mute him. I already muted him. I should mute everyone. I don't need to know what they're saying. Right? Is Team Chibi USA actually an organization? Am I just ignorant to these things? Go, go, go. Are we going? Could we please go? Well, Team Chibi taking an early first blood lead. 6 minutes. I guess not too early. But still, this Clockwork is going to have a lot of momentum moving forward. He has 1,500 gold in his pocket. And he's not going to go for a mech because he doesn't have to. Oh, that's not what you want to do, Rubik. This is dangerous stuff for the Rubik. One more, and there's the death of the Rubik. Royal Crowns. Can he slow him down with the open wounds? He does, but he's not going to cast it. Oh, it's the puck with the orb. He turned it around for Razor. That was damn close. You have no... I guess you do feast damage to him, but that's about it. Open wounds and then run probably would have been... that probably would have got him killed if he used open wounds, because he would have stuck around for the cast animation. So who am I to say what he could have done, but puck coming in at the perfect time for an illusory orb kill, and Razor going to go down. However, he's still well on his way to his mech. And Clock, kind of interested to see what he wants to build himself. Usually Clockwork on the team is the one going for those sorts of items. I guess he'd go for Power Treads, Magic Wand to get those sort of basic items up. And that's exactly what he's going to do, looks like. We'll see what big items he wants to go towards, because, you know, Power Treads are boring items. Power Treads is a boring item. Kunoichi has moved back up onto this top lane, which Sprite Remix has been happily farming. Has already completed his Perseverance. Will help him quite a bit against the enemy team. There's a lot of single target spells that are very, very important for the Weaver to block. The Nightmare, the Fiend's Grip, all that stuff. And Misha once again with Hookshot up. He does have backup right behind. He's looking for an angle onto this puck, but oh, this is perfect time for him. Illusory Orb is down. Throw the Hookshot. Nah, it's not going to happen. Just going to wait a little bit longer. Doesn't have the support anymore, so there's no reason for him to really be aggressive with his ultimate. He doesn't need to. He can take a couple of hits harassment, but why wait? Why do that when you can wait around for teammate support? Visage not even bothering getting that to get that illusion rune. And looks like it's just going to be a little bit of a calm phase of the game. TCH1 still on this bottom lane, just farming it up. Does have a little bit more gold than the Weaver. It's because he got a kill, whereas Weaver has been pretty much just doing nothing but free farming. That is going to translate into a mech. So this is the point in the game where Team Chibi is going to be so much more extraordinarily powerful than the enemy team. Because mech is up on the Razor. That is an amazingly fast mech. And Razor, he already does have the static link, so it's not like he sacrificed anything to go for that mech. And now this is looking very bad for Lifestealer. Getting whipped pretty hard. One more is gonna just do it with the Plasma Field on its way back. Brain Sap onto Doug Wilson. Razor wants more. He's gonna get more as well. 2 hits, and that's a double kill for TCH1. Rocket Flare, even flying through, would not have hit anything, but thought that counts. Razor finding 2 kills. I am what I am, thinking moving down to that bottom lane, but it will be dangerous for him. He could go for a kill onto Tabo. Does have his ultimate, or should have his ultimate rather. Here comes the orb. He's going to jaunt right in. Going to go for Tabo. There's the Dream Coil and Silence as well. Where's the phase shift on the nuke though? I am what I am. He's got to get out of there. He has another orb. He's going to throw it. No, it's too slow. Visage picks him up with the Soul Assumption. Soul Assumption is a pretty damn low cooldown, and Tabo going to walk out of that one alive. Team Chibi taking an early 5-1 lead in this game. Flash is going to find some time to farm on the mid lane, but he's got to watch out because here comes a hook shot. Misha's going to go straight in. However, he did not hit the hook shot, but I don't think it matters. Flash trying to land an impale. It will happen, but he's taking a lot of damage. Misha does have a rocket flare. He will be able to finish this. Nyx probably, yes he should. Just throw the rocket. There it is. Nyx Assassin down for the count. Doug Wilson is around to support, but it's a little bit too late. I am what I am, arriving late as well. In the meantime, bottom lane, really all they need is Tabo with Nightmare and 1 with Static Link, which is 40 mana. I think that'll be pretty doable to kill off Royal Crowns again, and really anyone else who wants to try to test their luck on this bottom lane. Clockwork gonna have a regen rune denied from him. Doug Wilson looking for a telekinesis, gonna find it. We're gonna bring him right into the puck. He does not have his Dream Coil, but I think that's gonna force him back up. Although Misha taking a lot of damage. Misha does not have a hook shot either. He's gonna throw off a missile. Here comes one, and the Fiend's Grip onto I Am What I Am. They're gonna split the kills, and they're gonna get both of them as well. 2 killing sprees. The Sprite Remix does teleport in, but to what end? To no end. He's not gonna get anything done there. Tabo's gonna find himself some Arc Boots in the meantime, and TCH1 getting harassed a little bit. Flash might be able to get a kill if this lands, although it's not going to land. So Razor also did have the mech that entire time, and he's dropping very low, but he's definitely baiting them with that mech. He wants them to go after him. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Fortunately, no global nukes coming out of nowhere for the Dire team. Top tower being pushed. Canceled by I Am What I Am. Quite a ways away from his Blink Dagger. I mean, such a rough start from the puck. He's not going to have his Blink Dagger for quite a long time. But Visage now does have his familiars up. Gonna wrap him around, and there's the hook shot in. Gonna catch Flash and actually push him back. He's gonna hit by a secondary set of cogs. No, he won't. Yes, he will. He's gonna get hit by both familiar stuns on top of that. Razor with the damage steal gonna seal the deal on that Nyx. That's going to translate directly into a tower push with some high damage familiars, plus some high damage from the Razor. Does have his mech in 5 seconds as well. This tower is as good as dead. Let's see if Doug Wilson can make a ball or deny. Not going to happen just yet. Misha is going to rush, actually, for that Aghanim Scepter. No, familiars, no. Tower destroyed by the Radiant. Tower secured. Misha going to get lifted up, drops onto YOLO. And Sprite Remix is actually completely out of mana. Unfortunately, there's no damage, no lockdown, no hook shot, so Sprite Remix is going to just walk on out of there. But the tower has been secured. Secondary tower for the Radiant this game. And they just have all the momentum in the world. They have complete map control. They have the advantage in heroes. And really, that they need to be doing everything correctly right now. Because if they wait for too long, then Lifestealer Weaver are eventually going to be problematic. However, right now they have such a huge powerhouse in the mid game. They need to be acting on it. And they are. They're playing exactly like they need to in order to capitalize to the fullest on with the team that they have. And Doug Wilson is going to get hook shot in the face. And he's probably going to die. Cogs, going to throw the Clockwork out. He might even live. Where's the Razor? He's actually stealing damage from I Am What I Am. But he's probably not going to get out because of the Fiend's Grip. He's going to drop. It's going to be, once again, 2 kills. Sprite Remix is going to come in, try to go for Misha. But he does have support in Tabo as well as this guy. Sprite Remix has got to back up right now. He's going to time-lapse out, taking a huge hit from Razor on his way out. Tower still taking damage though, 11-1. It's not looking very good for Cream. Arc Boots not up just yet. Everyone's kind of low on mana. No hook shot for another 40 seconds either. No, stop. Sure. Okay. Alright. Taking care of some non-Dota stuff. Bottom lane does go down. That's going to be all towers in the bot lane completely carved out. Sprite Remix still finding a little bit of time for some gold and experience in the top lane, but now the bottom lane is going to get completely ganked. Doug Wilson calling GG even before the gank starts. I am what I am. Will lose all of his damage, not a huge deal. TCH1 though, so tanky with that mech. Will be able to pop that off, but GG. I did not see that one coming. Well, I guess they realized that the mid game is too much and they can't recover from that. I'd say a little bit of a premature GG, but who am I to second guess them? So, TCH going to move on to the finals where they will face either, who was the second one? It was like Han Trash and Virgin Mobile, which we do not know who won yet. We do know it's Virgin Mobile versus TCH, so there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. GG.